Hey Angels, it's Lookin Bratz, aka Dom. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. I like to make videos about fashion dolls and of course, my girls, the Bratz. And I recently unboxed all of my Scorchin dolls from that collection. And if you haven't seen that yet, I definitely recommend you check that out. I get into all the details about these dolls. In this video, we're going to do a little bit of hair care, and we're not gonna have to do too much, in all fairness, because they don't have any intricate hairstyles. They're very simple. The only thing that I am going to fix up is the gel in the hair. So we're gonna wash that out and put in some new product to really just tame the mane here. But I wanted to show the process because a lot of people tend to ask me for hair advice. And all I'm gonna say in response to that is that it's flattering, and I do appreciate people asking me for that. I do take pride in my dolls' hair. All of my dolls, I do tend to go a little bit ham with the hair care on my dolls when I first get them. And I do want all of my dolls to be picture perfect or picture ready, video ready. And I also want them to look good on my display, so that's why I do the extra steps to really take care of their hair. But I do understand that some people don't do that. That is okay. That is your prerogative. I am not here to judge anyone's collection. Unless you're judging mine, maybe I'll judge back. I don't know. But some people do hair differently if they do their doll's hair. So keep that in mind, like your methods may be different from mine. Some of the products I use may be different from the products that you use. These are just my recommendations and the way that I do my doll's hair. The way you do your doll's hair is your business. I'm not looking for feedback on my methods, but along with this video, I do recommend checking out the lookinbratz.com hair guide. On there, you can learn about all the different type of doll hair that Bratz has used over the years. And you can learn how to take care of each hair type. So highly recommend that. Before we go to the sink and start washing this hair, I will say the hair is premium nylon, which should not come as a shock to Bratz collectors who have been collecting for at least the past 4 years. Premium nylon has been the Bratz standard hair type since 2021, and I think it's here to stay for the time being, so we're just gonna learn how to deal with it, and that's what we're gonna do in this video. So let's head on over to the sink. Welcome back to my sink. It's been a minute since I've done a hair video, so I'm excited to be back here. We have the fabulous Scorchin dolls. I love them so much. They are one of my favorite lines this year thus far. You can see Yasmin's got some rock solid hair. We're gonna go through some products. We have a comb. I just picked up the first comb I found. I also have Dawn dish soap. You can use any kind of soap. You can use shampoo. I like Dawn because I feel like it really gets the gel out of the hair. I use a cheap hair conditioner. I do not use fabric softener. If you use fabric softener, that is your prerogative and your issue at the end of the day. I'm going to get the doll's hair wet. This is just to prep it for the shampoo. Then I'm going to use a pretty generous amount of soap in her hair, and I'm gonna massage that in. And I think this is really about the technique. And it might seem like, okay, it's not rocket science, it's just hair, but I know some people really may not know the technique, and I don't really know it either. I just kind of do it. I did grow up in a family with a lot of hairdressers, including my father, so maybe that's where I get the thing from. I'm not sure. But this was a little risky. I decided to go in with the comb with the shampoo in the hair, and this was because the top was really gelled down. You can see some shedding there. That is completely normal with these dolls. But again, I'm just going in with that soap and rinsing it out. I'm going to go in again with the soap. And why am I doing this? I am doing this because the gel on doll hair over the past few years from MGA has been very stubborn, and I have been going in twice with that soap to really make sure I get all that gel out. And while the nylon hair is wet, it might look a little more thin than usual. When it dries up, you should not be able to see that scalp like you do at the moment because it's wet. And we're going in with that shampoo again. I really want to make sure that gel is out. I don't want to have to rewash the hair, so we're doing it while we can. Can we also talk about how gorgeous this doll's face is? When I saw the dolls under this lighting, I was like, wow, these are such gorgeous, gorgeous dolls. No matter where they are, you can just say, like, they're stunning. I am rinsing out that soap again with warm water, and I'm combing through the hair to make sure all that soap is out. You can see there's still a little product in there, so we're gonna rinse it out again. When you're doing anything with doll hair, be careful of the parting. You want to make sure that you don't comb over it. You don't want to touch that parting too much, or else you might actually see bald spots once the doll's hair is dry. But right now, this is looking pretty good. I wanted to get the rest of that soap out, so I decided to squeeze her hair with my hands. And now I am going in with the conditioner right after I went in and rinsed the soap out of her hair. We're going in with that conditioner, and we are going to use our comb and comb that conditioner through the hair to make sure it's really getting that moisture. Spoiler alert, the doll's hair was super, super silky after this. If you're wondering what I did with my Gentle Monster Jenna doll, not a lot of people asked me, but a few did after I did her hair. I did the exact same steps. Instead, I only did the shampoo once because she didn't have a lot of gel in her hair, which was really great. But I repeated those same steps on the Jenna Gentle Monster doll, and she came out so good. Thankfully, these dolls don't have intricate hairstyles, so this was probably one of the easiest instances of doing doll hair that I've had in a while. After I'm done with the wash, I just make sure I comb through the doll's hair again, making sure I'm not messing with that parting and making sure that I'm combing downwards. I'm not doing anything too crazy here. I noticed there was some longer hairs, which I'm going to cut later because I did not have scissors on me. But now we're going to move on to Chloe, and we are going to repeat the exact same steps. I am going to show myself washing each girl from this collection, only because I know there are people who are not going to buy all 4 dolls, but I do want to say I do the exact same thing with each doll in this collection. I shampoo twice, I rinse twice, I do conditioner, I comb through with the conditioner, and then I comb it out at the end and let it dry until I need to get on to the next step. And that's just what we're doing with each of these dolls. So if you want to keep watching, keep watching. If not, you can skip over to the next part. But the next few minutes, just enjoy the hair washing, if you will. Also, I know that I left the sink on during Yasmin's washing during the whole thing, and I do apologize to anyone who was concerned about that. I didn't realize it until I was editing the video, and I think I caught myself while I was doing it because the sink is turned off for the rest of the girls, so please don't yell at me. Thank you. In case you're looking for some of the products I use, I do have some recommended products and alternatives on my Amazon storefront if anybody wants to support me. Link in the description of this video, but you can also scan the QR code on the side. You're about to see when I rinse Sasha, her hair bangs, like the front of her hair are kind of flopping together. And I was doing my absolute best to separate them. I did succeed, but just be cautious when you are doing doll hair that you don't get things too mixed up when it comes to that parting. And don't mess up that parting. That's all I gotta say. That is all I gotta say. We are almost done with Jade's wash here. She's looking really good. I love the blue in her hair. It sets her apart from her other dolls as well as the other characters in this line, and I really love that about this doll. We are just about done with Jade's hair here and wrapping up. I am going to let my sink do its thing, and then we are going to clean up before we head on to the next part. And in the meantime, I did put my dolls on top of a towel, and you'll see what that looks like in just a moment. Make sure you are cleaning your facilities. Treat your belongings with respect. All right, on to the next part. Look at her. Okay. All of the Scorchin dolls have been washed, conditioned, and now they're out to dry. They are, of course, on this Bratz Sunkissed Summer towel. Look at how gorgeous they look. Oh. And to all the naysayers about this line, it can double as a beach line. Those are bikinis. All right, we're going to let these dry overnight. I'll probably wait until maybe like later afternoon, maybe even the evening, honestly, to put some water wax in their hair and get them dressed up again. So see you then. Alrighty, I've let the hair dry. It's been about 2 days, I believe. And it was dry the day after, I know, because I started flipping their hair all around, and I'm gonna take her off of my makeshift video doll stand. And can we just talk about this nylon? Because it is some of the nicest, silkiest nylon I have seen. I think it's because there was minimal product in the back of the hair. The front of the hair, as you saw, there was a ton of product. And also because it's not in any style. So when nylon is styled up, I do think it can be rooted differently and maybe given product in different parts of the hair. That makes it a little bit more difficult to deal with. With Scorchin, the hair is supposed to be laid down like this. And now that we've got that gel out and we've conditioned this hair, we can go ahead and honestly trim these ends. And also we're gonna do one simple step. And if you have seen my videos before, you know exactly what I'm about to do. But before I tell you exactly what we're about to do, I have a makeshift stand here for my doll hair stuff. So if you've seen some of my recent doll hair stuff, if not, I'll probably have more coming out with Bratz. But I bought these 3D printed stands off eBay. I don't want to blast the eBay seller in case he doesn't want that kind of attention. If you search up Bratz 3D stands on eBay, it'll probably be the only results, but he kind of goes in and out of stock, so it really does depend. And I just took that 3D stand, and these are really good. I've ordered a few sets of these. But I take the 3D printed stand and then I put glue dots on the bottom of it, and then I just place it on this desk. I turned Yasmin around so that we can get a good look at her. Or at least a good look at the back of her head. Girl, the back of your head looks ridiculous. And I'm gonna get my scissors and I am just gonna chop those ends. Okay, this scissor is not as strong as I need it to be, but it kind of is getting the job done, so. We just want to even this hair out. Nice. For the step that I am talking about, we are going to take water wax. I do have a little stockpile here. So I get my Dolphy water wax, and if you don't know what Dolphy water wax is, this is sold on the Vokes USA store, or at least for people maybe in certain countries. It might be different in different countries. I am not 100% sure, but I'm going to link the one I have down below in the description. Not sponsored. That is not an affiliate link. I just really do love this product. This is specially formulated for doll hair. So if you're looking at me like water wax is insane to put on a doll's hair, this is not human grade water wax, but we just do get a little bit, rub it into our fingers, and then we're just gonna rub it into the doll's head, focusing a little more on those ends. We really want to mend this hair fiber as best as possible. And the reason why I rub it in to my fingers is not only to get a better distribution around the entire head, but also because we don't want any white residue from the water wax to appear on the doll's hair, because it will contrast with a hair color like this. And then we're just gonna comb it out. Let's flip her over. Ooh. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more wax. I wanna get it in these bangs and lay these down better. Oh, this hair looks so good. All right, now we're gonna comb downwards. And notice how I'm not combing this way. I'm not combing over the parting here. I'm not combing over back ways. We're not going to do that. We're going to avoid that at all costs. And this is basically it. This is all we really needed to do. A simple wash and condition, let it dry. If there's any parts where you feel like it needs to be straighter, you can just grab a flat iron before you go in with the water wax. You can flat iron the hair. It's not too difficult. If you are looking for more information, I do recommend the hair guide on lookinbratz.com. I have compiled information about how to work with different types of hair in Bratz dolls and what tools you can use, what temperatures to use, how to boil wash, how to do all the stuff, along with recommendations for some products. Alrighty, here's all four divas together with their hair done. I did the same thing that I did on Yasmin. I just snipped off the ends. I didn't use the best pair of scissors. They were a bit dull, so definitely use sharper scissors. And I just added a little bit of water wax to each girl, and then of course I combed through to make sure there was no knots, there was no extra long hairs, and also just to, you know, work that magic on these girls. And seriously, this wasn't even a hard do-over on the hair. Like, there wasn't much to do with the hair, so I think all things considered, we did a pretty decent job tonight. Simple, easy, you can do it at home. Also, keeping in mind that technique is important. I feel like my technique is okay, and honestly, I've grown accustomed to my technique, so of course I'm okay with it. And I like the way that my dolls look, but of course everyone has a different way of doing everything. Some people might look at my dolls and go, oh, those look like garbage. Some people may look at them and think, oh, they look like how I want my dolls to look. You just never know, and I do get asked a lot about stuff like this. And I haven't done any collection-specific hair videos in a while, so this was fun to do, especially because the Scorchin girls are some of the most fierce dolls I've seen in a while, and I like their simple hair. I feel like this is definitely what Bratz was giving with their budget lines back in the day, and it's nice to see them carry that over and to give us such gorgeous, stunning dolls. The theming, I think, is what really gets me, and the fact that, you know, all the outfits and everything look good. I do love the painted undergarments. I love the little modesty garment. I do think it all looks great together. The girls look great together, the faces, the hair, the colors, everything. So thanks for tuning in. I hope this helped you out if you were looking for that kind of advice, or if you weren't and you just wanted to watch the video. Thanks for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Bratz and fashion doll content. Hopefully we'll be doing more of these little Bratz hair videos. I mean, I want to just do more Bratz videos, of course, but Bratz hair videos, I know y'all love looking at the hair and doing the hair and all that, so we'll try to do more of those where we can. And follow me on all socials at LOOKIN Bratz, hold the G, on Instagram and TikTok, and I am also on Ko-fi if you want to support me with extra content. And I'm on all the socials. You can check my links in the description of this video and on my channel, and also check out lookinbratz.com because that is the ultimate Bratz resource, honey. But I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.